Welcome, y'all.
Hey, Michelle.
Hello.
Were you trying to sexy that up?
I was.
You did a great job.
Thank you. I'm going to practice for my new career.
Who did you bring with you today?
I brought my child, McKenna, and her cousin, Jessie.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Jesse's first time here.
Yes.
I understand that she serves daiquiris to people for a living.
Yes, I do.
Do they get really drunk sometimes?
Oh, it's so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I would hate that job.
Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not.
I would be like, no, I'm the worst.
On more chill nights, it's a little bit more amusing. When it's hectic, it's just stressful.
Which at a daiquiri shop in South Louisiana would have to be every night but Sunday night. Hectic.
Usually.
Yeah. All right. Anybody have anything new they want to tell the listeners?
Not at all.
Nothing.
LSU just won.
It did. My husband was having a mild cardiac moment.
Oh my gosh.
They're up by 10 and there's 30 seconds. I think you can calm down.
No.
That's what he said.
No.
He politely informed me that I did not know what I was talking about. So I was like,
I'm sorry.
"All right."
He was right.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
It's
why
fine.
we watched it when y'all got here and I said there's 30 seconds left. Hang on. Chandler behind the camera.
Chandler.
Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
Birthday, Chandler.
Today his
love
actual,
that his
Chandler
name is
Bing's
Chandler.
actual birthday.
Love that his name is Chandler.
21.
No, 20.
20?
Just 20.
Just
Yes,
20.
he's shaking his head.
One more year.
I think they're taking him to play pool in a bar later, so we'll see how that goes.
Fun time.
This isn't going to be out by the time y'all leave to go, so cops won't hear it and won't stop you. Okay.
They'll have no idea.
It's all circumstantial anyways.
Hearsay.
Exactly.
Right.
Okay. We're going to 2012. Pop culture. Anybody think of anything?
No, because I barely remember last week. So
I'm
Carly Rae Jepsen's song "Call Me Maybe."
I was about to say, I'm feeling very Kesha-ish.
I love that song, but it went viral on YouTube in 2012. I just love it. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but also Channing Tatum was a big year for him because he was on 21 Jump Street. I guess that's a movie version, not the TV show. The Vow, Magic Mike, which I didn't see. He was named People's Sexiest Man Alive that year, and he announced he was going to be a dad that year.
good for him.
Life
It was a
just
good
going
year.
for him.
He was YOLOing
This year.
in 2012. I don't know. I haven't heard anything since then from him. Okay.
He owns, I think he owns part of that bar in the quarter, Saints and Sinners.
Yes, he does.
Oh, in the hotel?
Yeah. Or
The
no,
restaurant.
The restaurant.
Yeah. On, is it on Bourbon?
I think it's on Royal or something.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they have crawfish.
There you go, Channing. Good
Saturdays,
for
so.
you. Everybody loves New Orleans. Don't go if your driver's license is expired.
Oh, I felt very targeted.
Sorry. I mean, you can still go. They're just not going to serve
You
you.
just can't get in.
It's okay. I got it on my phone.
You can't sit with us.
Oh, you got that Louisiana wallet thing
It's
now?
on my phone now.
Okay, y'all. We're going to Star City, West Virginia.
God, that just sounds like a bleak place to live.
I just can't say West Virginia without going, Mountain Mama, take me home. July 5th is the date. One day before my birthday. We're going to talk about Skylar Neese, and I hope y'all haven't heard this story.
I'm not.
Skylar is 16. She worked at a local restaurant. She was a loving daughter. She did well in school. She was her mom and dad's pride and joy because she was the only child. Because if they had more than one, they probably wouldn't be happy and be like, you're my pride and joy.
Oh.
Sorry, Chandler.
Oh.
You're the third one, huh? Okay. Anyway.
She's saying you've just kind of sucked her will to live at this point.
And you know what? He's the only planned child, so...
I was about to say, you're the baby. You probably got it good.
Right?
Oh, his brother and sister is constantly telling Harold and I that we did not beat him enough when he was a child.
It's always the last one.
Yeah. So like I said, she was the only, and she was the kind of girl that told her mom and dad she loved them every single day. I have a kid like that, so not you.
Not Chandler.
Not Chandler.
not you, sir. Don't look at me. No.
So on July 5th, 2012, Skylar worked a late shift. When she got home that evening, her mom, who's Mary, saw her come home. She's like, hey, what are you up to? She's like, I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed. What teenager says that?
Ones that work at restaurants and have to deal with people, I
I
assume.
get you.
I like my naps.
Yeah. Fast forward to the next morning, July 6th. Skylar's dad, Dave, comes home from working the night shift. And he knew that Skylar wanted to use the car that day. So he goes to her bedroom, knocks on the door. Hey, time to get up. I'm home. The car's, do whatever. No answer. Knocks again. Door's locked. He gets a coat hanger, pops it open. Skylar's not in her bed. Not only that, but the bed's made. And it hadn't been slept in. So Dave knew something was wrong. He immediately called his wife Mary at work. Mary was like, we'll find her. Don't worry. She has a lot of friends. She goes, try calling some of her friends. Maybe they went shopping or, whatever. So Skylar's best friend was Sheila Eddy. They had been best friends since they were 8 years old. Dave called Sheila. She hadn't seen Skylar. He's like, when was the last time you talked to Skylar? I think it was around midnight last night. So Dave's trying to find Skylar, calling everybody. He goes outside to take a smoke break. Now they're in an apartment. He sees a small black stool under Skylar's window.
I was going to ask if it was a ground floor apartment.
Yes. And it was her stool, Skylar's stool. It wasn't just a random, it was a piece of furniture that belonged to her. The screen was also off the window.
So it looks like Skylar snuck
Is it
out.
sneak out?
The window had been opened. So her dad figured she's a good kid, but she has snuck out before. So he figured she snuck out. And I never snuck out when I was a kid. Ever.
I didn't either, but it was because I didn't have any place to go. I was on the AV squad.
My mom and daddy
Oh,
were
nice.
worried.
Yeah, I wheeled in the TVs, so clearly dance card full all the time.
Okay, so Mary told Dave, look, if she's due at work at 4, that's when her shift starts. If she's not there, then we'll be worried. Because she'd love to go to work. I don't know why. Who loves to go to work? That's crazy talk.
I do, but
Okay, well, I'm so happy for you.
Yay.
Well, 4 o'clock comes. They call the job. The job says, no, we were about to call you. She's not here. Dave called 911 and told him his 16-year-old daughter was missing. And police jump on it, which I find strange because...
She's already a runaway.
Yeah. First of all,
She sneaks out.
As the story goes on, you'll see that the police really thought this was a runaway situation time and time again. But also, it is a very, very small town, so maybe that had something. Maybe they weren't doing anything else. I don't know. But
Busy.
with I want to say when it's like with missing juveniles, you have to enter them into NCIC like almost immediately. Just because of like Amber Alerts and things like that. The sooner you get that information out,
the more chance you have to find.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So the police go into Skylar's room. They look around. Her cell phone charger is still in the room. Her toothbrush is there. Her contact lenses are there. It didn't look like that she had taken any clothes. So police still feel like she's a runaway, but this is kind of suspicious that a teenager would take, especially her phone charger, some clothes, your contact lens. I mean, if you need,
Oh my god.
Right.
some
I'll wear
clothes.
glasses,
to
man. If you
see.
can't see, you can't see.
So police started going door to door. And like I said, Star City's a small town and everybody knows everything. But in this case, nobody had seen Skylar or heard anything or knew anything. So during the hunt, Sheila calls the house. Remember, that's her best friend. And Dave talks to her. And Sheila said, look, me and Rachel and Skylar, we snuck out last night. And they're like, okay, well, we kind of figured that. The window is open. The stool is there. Where did you leave her? And they said, well, we brought her back to the apartments, but she insisted a block away to be dropped off so that the noise of her coming home in the car wouldn't wake them up. So they dropped her off at the apartment complex around 11:45, a block away or whatever. Dave's like, are you sure you don't know where she is? And Sheila says, I'm positive.
That's just like a little infuriating though, because it's I can understand that whole I want to cover for my friend thing, but if you're not there, you dropped your friend off at 1:45, and the next day her dad's like,
Where is
hey, have you
she?
seen her? Doesn't look like the bed's been slept in and stuff. Like, at that point, come clean.
I agree. Yeah, she didn't. Well, around this point, Mary, Skylar's mom, remembers that the apartments have video cameras. So they call the landlord to get the footage. Smart. Police watch the video footage, and at 12:30 a.m., they see a car pull up outside the apartment building where they live. It's dark. The picture was blurry. I saw it. It's like fuzzy. You can't, it almost looks black and white. I don't even know if it was in color. If it looked black and white because it was nighttime or if it wasn't in color. But Dave talked to Sheila and was like, is this where y'all dropped her off? Or, does any of this in this situation video look familiar? And she's like, no. He asked, is this where y'all picked her up? And she goes, no, we picked her up by the mailboxes. We didn't pick her up by her apartment. Okay, so they start watching the video. At 12:30, the car pulls up. Immediately after that, you see Skylar running out of the apartment and getting in the back seat of the car. Willingly. Nobody's forcing her. She's by herself. So, again, looking like runaway. So they start, does she have a secret boyfriend? Whose car is this? All the questions, right?
Also, why are they dropping her off a block away from an apartment building? You wouldn't be able to hear the car if you
I also feel like
drove a little bit more down from where your actual apartment is.
Might not necessarily be somebody you know.
Well, I also feel like if you're in apartments, you're probably going to be hearing cars all night long. You're not
right,
going to
so
necessarily...
it really wouldn't matter.
It's not going to make you get out of it and be like, whoa, who's here?
That's what she said.
Okay.
She sounds
That's the only thing not adding up to me.
Mm-hmm. So in this video, 4-door sedan, can't tell the color, can't tell the make, can't tell the license plate. All I can see is it's a 4-door sedan. Okay. A day goes by. 2 days go by. No Skylar. Because they see her willingly get into the car on the video, police are still looking at this as a runaway situation. And her parents know there's no way she would run away. Mm-hmm. So the police are kind of, I don't want to say they weren't doing anything, but they really couldn't go any further. So mom and dad take matters into their own hands. Dave created a webpage called Team Skylar. He wanted the media to pick the story up. Family and friends put out flyers. I mean, you've seen this on TV. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They're doing everything that they can think of doing to keep her name out in front and in everybody's mind. Sheila went to the Neese home every day to help however she could. Her parents said that Sheila was very supportive. Skylar's parents said Sheila was very supportive. And remember I told you that they were best friends since they were 8 years old? Skylar's mom said that they would stay on the phone all hours of the night, laughing, giggling, teenage girls, right?
Sheila knows more than what she's saying.
A lot more.
Well, their freshman year of high school, the Sheila-Skylar duo added a third friend, Rachel Schoaf. Do you know the story?
Yes, I do, but it's okay. Keep going.
Okay.
I've heard it told 4 different ways. It's okay. I'm so excited.
Okay. So these 3 girls became like the 3 musketeers. They were inseparable. They did everything together. They kind of had a reputation at school as being party girls. Mm-hmm. When they would sneak out, they would go smoke pot or do whatever, it's what kids fucking do.
Kids today.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do?
Sneaky little.
So the police couldn't talk to Rachel because when Skylar disappeared, Rachel was away at church camp. She doesn't sound like a very churchy girl. Mm-mm. If she's smoking pot and sneaking.
Sounds exactly like what happens at church camp, actually.
In the name of the Lord.
So after a few days, Sheila started kind of losing it. She went over to Skylar's house and asked her parents if she could just sit in Skylar's room. And she sat in there for a really long time and she was crying.
That girl.
And she's like, I don't know why she would leave me like this. I don't know why she did this. So she's thinking the whole runaway thing too, I guess, because she's super upset. So the local news did report Skylar missing. Facebook got a hold of the story and it blew up. Facebook took it international. A tip came in that there was a sighting in North Carolina. A woman called in and said she was positive that she saw Skylar with another girl. The other girl had red hair. By the way, Rachel, the third girl that was added to their friendship trio, had red hair.
Dun, dun, dun.
So police are like, did Rachel skip church camp and Skylar and Rachel
kidnap my daughter?
Go to the beach?
Church camp never existed.
Yeah. So the way this tip came in was like, I am 1,000% sure this is Skylar. So Dave and Mary put some things together. They get some clothes. They're like, we're driving up there.
They haul ass.
We're going to go get her. Yeah. It's a 600-mile drive from where they are. They don't care. They just know it's her. It's like, okay, this is going to be over and done with. Well, just as they were about to leave, the police get a call from the authorities in North Carolina. Bad news, it wasn't Skylar. They did find the two girls that the lady had called in about. They were runaways, but they were not Skylar and Rachel. So her parents didn't go to North Carolina.
Some parents were happy, just not Skylar's.
Yes. So police are back at square one. 2 months have passed. There is, in this small town and in the high school, a flood of gossip and speculation. And police are following up on every rumor they hear, whether it sounds far-fetched or not. There were rumors that she had a secret boyfriend. Classmates came up with a list of potential guys that could be this secret boyfriend. 2 names kept coming up. 20-year-old Dylan Conaway and his older brother, Derek Conaway. And they lived in a nearby town. Okay. The kids at school said Skylar and Rachel liked to party with Dylan and Derek. The brothers were known to throw parties and have underage girls.
I was going to say, how old are they? That's gross.
20. Dylan was 20 and then Derek is older. I don't know, but he's at least 21, maybe 22.
Gross.
Yeah. And they were known to have these underage girls there drinking. Not just come to a party, they're actually giving them alcohol too.
Gross.
So, follow me here. Around the same time Skylar vanished, it was about 2 months ago, a bank in Blacksville is robbed. A little town nearby called Blacksville is where the Conaway brothers lived. Okay? The robbery was caught on bank cameras, and the primary suspects were the Conaway brothers. Police...
Solid citizens.
Right? Partying with underage girls and robbing banks.
Come to West Virginia.
So the police decide they're going to go do a knock and talk to the brothers. Do y'all know what that is? A knock and talk?
Assume it's where you knock and talk.
Exactly.
Let's.
Good name. Good call. So they pull up at their house. One of the bros, I think it's Derek, was in the yard digging a hole.
How big was the hole?
Sus. And the police are all like, are you trying to bury a body? And Derek...
Just out here digging a hole, man.
Yeah, he gives Derek...
America, I'm sorry. I didn't know I couldn't dig a hole in my own yard.
I have a permit for this hole. So police said when they asked that, kind of joking, what are you trying to do, bury a body? He gets deer in the headlights, freezing, on his...
So you know what I did.
He's like,
in the hole. I was just now digging.
So nothing actually came of the talk or the knock and talk. I almost said talk and knock, but that would be backwards. Okay. Star City Police. Oh, I didn't ask y'all what y'all are drinking. What are you drinking, Michelle? Water?
No, I'm actually drinking some High Noon again.
Her thing.
High Noon?
Yeah, it's...
Is it a seltzer?
Yeah, it's a seltzer.
Gotcha. McKenna?
Jack Daniel's watermelon.
Oh, that's good.
Switched it up.
Both of y'all? Jesse?
thing, yes.
Yeah? Okay.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
yourself?
Oh,
Yeah.
Redneck Riviera.
Always.
All right. So the Star City Police and the Blacksville Police decide they're going to get together and talk about this bank robbery and Skylar missing thing and see if there's any connection.
Which is good, because not a lot of departments will...
I agree. Share information. Yeah. So come to find out, Sheila Eddy, Skylar's best friend, and Dylan, which is the younger of the bros,
Still gross.
They had dated. Sheila and Dylan had dated. Police found pictures on social media of Sheila, Skylar, and Dylan together. So there's a connection, okay?
I feel like Sheila is actually a bad friend. I don't know what she did, but I'm
She's
calling it now.
She's probably just a fun friend, you know? Those friends that take you to do shit you're not supposed to do.
Bad influence.
Yeah, bad
Hang
influence.
out with older guys that give you alcohol. rob
Well,
Look, just put this mask
So much
on. We're going
fun.
to run in real quick.
It's going to be so much fun.
no, keep the car running. We're going to run in real quick.
I
keep the
promise you
car
it's
running.
okay.
You keep the
We're
car
going to hop
running.
back in. We can Zoom.
Yeah,
Don't
and then
worry.
just take us. Okay. Police also find out through social media that the brothers are into a lot of different types of drugs.
Shocking.
And they're giving the girls, the underage girls at the parties, these drugs. So
So surprised.
police start thinking maybe Skylar got some bad drugs. She overdosed and everybody's trying to cover it up. You know, that's their speculation.
Was fentanyl as big of a problem in 2012? I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know.
remember.
I
I don't think so.
I have no idea. Should put it on my timeline of questions that come up during the podcast because I'm working on one of those. Okay. So they're looking at all this new information and some more gossip kind of comes to the forefront. And that party that I told you about, well, actually, sorry, that there was a the gossip is there was a party on July 5th at the Conaway Brothers' house in Blacksville. So now we know there was a party. So if the girls snuck out, they probably went to the party, right?
It's like such a redneck sentence. There was a party in Blacksville at the Conway.
Yes. There was heroin at the party. Pills, don't know what kind. Weed, okay, no harm, no foul. There are people saying they saw Skylar at the party. This is all rumors. Nobody's coming forward to the police to give them the information firsthand. Okay. Meanwhile, Rachel has come back from church camp.
That fake camp. I'm sorry.
It must have been a summer camp.
It was either fake or
Rachel
her mom
came
and
back
dad were
from
like,
church
you
camp.
need Jesus.
There was heroin at this party. And then Rachel went to church camp.
Church camp. Yeah. So the police finally get a chance to talk to her. It must have been a summer church camp because, like, she was gone for 2 months before they even got to talk to Rachel.
There are those.
Oh, yeah, I know. I went to some as a kid. I know.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Got baptized in a river, girl. Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh.
Hardcore.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so the police go to talk to Rachel. She's acting very nervous. They knew something was up. She said, I didn't go to a party in Blacksville. Liar. She said, I was there with Sheila and we did pick Skylar up, but we dropped her off at home at 11:30. So same kind of thing Sheila was saying earlier. So they're not really getting anything from Church Rachel. Police decide to drive the route from.
God don't give you all your answers.
No, he doesn't. They decide to drive. I feel like this is really pretty smart of them. They decide to drive the route from Skylar's house to the party in Blacksville to see if there are any stores along the way, like convenience stores or something that would have cameras. And they start the process and they find a store that has cameras. And it's right around the corner. And they start watching the video. They're hoping that they can see that car. Okay. Maybe they could get a better picture. So they go through the video and at page turn 12:30 a.m. Remember I told you the car showed up at the apartment at 12:30? At 12:30 the same car is going past this convenience store. That's how close.
Right around
Literally
the corner.
right around the corner.
Exactly. That's how close it was. Okay. It's a 4-door sedan. They can tell that it's silver. Again, it's too far away to get.
A license plate or anything.
And they can say, we think it's a Toyota or we think it's a Nissan, but there are a lot of cars that have similar
body
shapes. Yeah. So they didn't know for sure what the make and model. At 12:39, 9 minutes later, the car goes past the store again, like as if it had left Skylar's house and was going back in another direction. Okay. So we get the car color. We know from the timestamps we're matching up. This is the same car. Again, they're thinking she snuck out to go to a party. Unfortunate part is they don't have all the pieces. They don't have a license plate, make, model, not a complete picture. So they got an unmarked car, police did, and they drove to Blacksville at midnight just to drive around to see if they could see a silver 4-door sedan that
Just
could be,
out and about, yeah.
yes, which I think is pretty genius. Again, above and beyond, in my opinion. I don't know. I haven't heard stories before where they do stuff like that. So anytime they would see a car that looked like it might be the car that was on the video, they would take a picture of the license plate. They gathered those. They went back to the station. You know, they were trying to find links to Skylar with any of these. Okay. They don't find anything. So police go, Sheila and Rachel are the last people that saw Skylar. We got to talk to them again. And they say, we need you to give us every single detail of your joyride. So both Sheila and Rachel said they did not go to the party in Blacksville. Both said that the car in the video was not their car. Police took them out separately and said, okay, Rachel, show us where you drove. Rachel takes them, without the girls talking to each other. Then they take Sheila, show us where you drove. So here's the problem. The stories went in literal opposite directions. How the tables have turned. Okay. Police told Rachel, we're just going to check some cameras of where y'all said you drove. And she was like, well, I was really high, so I might be wrong with where I said.
Church Rachel?
You don't say.
Church Rachel. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Burning that bush. What's she doing?
They made her do it. Come on.
So police go back to the apartment video. They watch 4 hours of video. They were trying to see if they could even see Skylar getting picked up, dropped off. I mean, something that would go with Sheila and Rachel's story about they went out joyriding and they brought her back home at 11:30, and they can't find anything that corroborates what. Man, I need another drink. What the two girls?
It's words are hard.
Yes. Okay.
Big words.
So many words. So get this, y'all. Sheila drives a 4-door sedan. Sheila's car is silver.
No way, Sheila.
But she kept denying that was her car. Yeah.
It's like, don't you know we
Is
can
this your
see
car?
you?
No.
So
It's got your name on it.
No.
It's not mine.
she just kept denying it, and they couldn't prove otherwise. There was no license plate or anything they could see. So they decide they're going to get cell phone records next. Okay, 4 a.m. the night in question. So it started at July 5th. We're at July 6th, 4 a.m. Cell phone records show a lot of activity on Rachel and Sheila's cell phones. Their cell phones are pinging in Blacksville. But remember, they both said they weren't in Blacksville.
Oh.
So they get the girls. Here we go again. We got to talk to you. We got this new cell phone evidence.
I think you're lying.
Yes. So Sheila finally admitted the car in the video is our apartment video and the convenience store video. That's her car. She said, we picked Skylar up at 12:30. That was us in the video. And now, remember I said it's been about 2 months since Skylar went missing, right?
I feel like Sheila's gonna break.
They've both been caught in so many lies at this point. So Rachel finally admits they did go to Blacksville and they smoked weed. And then Skylar wanted to go to a friend's house, but Sheila and Rachel didn't, so they dropped Skylar off at the friend's house. That's Rachel's story. They immediately go to the next room over and talk to Sheila. Sheila says, yeah, we went to Blacksville and we smoked weed. Everybody's on point with that, okay? But Skylar got mad because she wanted to go to a friend's house and they didn't want to go to a friend's house. So Skylar stormed off. Okay. Rachel says, y'all dropped her off at the friend's house.
It has
Sheila
been
says
2 months. They couldn't have sat together and like
She was at church
hammered
camp.
this out.
They didn't. Different stories. Lying. Somebody's lying.
Obviously,
They did go to Blacksville and smoke weed because that they both agreed on that. So it's gossip and rumors at the high school are flying. People are talking about how the girls are holding out information from the police. It's just all the things are going to shit for them.
I bet it was a great time to be a teacher there at that school. Oh my God.
Okay, in December 2012, 5 months after Skylar went missing, Rachel's mom called the police about her daughter's behavior. And Rachel was taken to a psychiatric hospital. 6 days later, she was discharged. Where do you think she went straight away when she left the psychiatric hospital? Guess?
Was it Blacksville?
Nope. She went to the police. She went straight to the police.
She just couldn't do it anymore.
They get her in the interrogation room, and the first words out of Rachel's mouth are, "We stabbed her.
Well,
We stabbed her."
those are not good friends.
Stabbed her for wanting to go to a friend's house.
So police thought when they first got Rachel in there, she was going to say, okay, look, we went to the party in Blacksville. We smoked weed.
I thought she was going to say she did it.
Skylar overdosed. We hid her body. The police were not expecting we stabbed her. Yeah. Here's what happened. What really happened on July 5th. Sheila picked up Rachel. Sheila and Rachel got a shovel, put it in the trunk of the car. They each brought a clean... Yes.
Can you say premeditated?
Thank you.
Because I can.
They all... and there's more to that. They each brought a set of clean clothes and put it in the trunk. Cleaning supplies in the trunk. Sheila brought kitchen knives. Yeah. Then the two of them went and picked up Skylar and drove out to Greene County, Pennsylvania. And I didn't Google how far away that is, but it sounds far.
Probably far enough.
They pulled the car over in a desolate area, and they all three get out of the car. I think the ruse was at this point, we're going to just pull over and smoke some weed. Because it was
a hell of a drive to just
smoke some weed. Why can't you just smoke the weed in the car on the way to Blacksville? I don't know. Anyway, so they pull the car over. They all get out of the car. This was the plan. Rachel said that she was supposed to count to 3. Then they would both start stabbing Skylar.
Is there a reason?
We'll get there. 1, 2, 3. And that's what happened.
The childishness of the plan, though.
Yeah.
I'll count to 3, you stab.
So Rachel counted to 3, and she and Sheila started stabbing Skylar. That's crazy. And Skylar was screaming and asking them, why are you doing this?
Like you do, yeah.
I mean, as one would. And at one point, Skylar got the knife away from Rachel and stabbed her in the leg.
Good.
And at that point, Rachel said she stopped attacking Skylar. She didn't have a knife anymore, but Sheila kept going. Later, Sheila said that after 50 stabs, she stopped counting. So who knows?
Do you know how much adrenaline you have to have in your body to stab somebody 50 times?
That's so exhausting.
That is exhausting.
I mean,
especially with her fighting back, because I'm sure she didn't just lay there go ahead.
Well, you think about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do that
over and over and over
into something with all your might. What your face looks so confused.
I'm just like when,
or is it shock?
It's shock, but also like the next day she comes over to the house, right? Like the police saw and talked to her the next.
Sheila,
right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you're stabbing somebody, there's so much blood that the majority of the time your hand's gonna slip.
You're gonna cut yourself.
Yeah, so there's gonna be gonna be cuts and stuff all over like your hands,
especially with some funky little kitchen knives.
That's like, did the cops not even bother noticing? Was she just wearing like gloves?
I don't know the answer to that. It's July, so she
probably not
wasn't wearing winter clothes. So Rachel and Sheila stabbed Skylar to death.
But Rachel got stabbed, so I guess we know why she was at church camp. Because who's going to walk around school and be like...
I really thought it was because she was like unplanned pregnancy or something. Because that's usually what church camp is for.
Oh.
I did not go for that reason.
Not why she was at church camp.
I'm just saying that now. Okay.
How old are you again, Chandler?
After they, I'm way too. So, their plan at first was to dig a hole and bury her, but for whatever reason, maybe the ground was too hard. I don't know. They couldn't dig, so they kind of drug her over to the side of the road. I guess they wanted somebody to maybe eventually find her. She wasn't like way off the beaten path. They covered her body with branches, dirt, leaves. They changed their clothes. They put everything back in the trunk and went home, I guess. Just didn't give a shit about her. And finally on January 16th, 2013, so that's 6 or 7 months later, they found Skylar's body after this came out. Yeah. I don't understand, like, this was so premeditated. Like you said earlier. They planned everything.
Except for the
Except their
alibi
story. They did not
right.
get their story straight.
And that's the only thing that did them in. Think about it.
Well, right, because like you said, they put her where people could see her, but 6 months later, still nobody had seen her.
Yeah.
When the police asked Rachel why they killed Skylar, she said, "We didn't like her." Mean Girls much? Yeah, we didn't like her.
Well, that's a bit of a leap from,
We didn't like her.
passing notes and...
Skylar's parents couldn't believe her two best friends went all that time. First of all, obviously couldn't believe they killed her. Second of all, went all that time and seeing all the grief that
She
her
sat in
parents
her bed. She sat in her bed and cried.
crying, fake, yeah.
And like you were the one who excessively stabbed her.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Rachel Schoaf's confession reduced her sentence to 30 years. Sheila Eddy gets life.
Good.
Yeah. Other than saying we didn't like her, they never said another motive. That was it. Okay.
That is like... Can you imagine, like, what a weird slumber party that was, though? Where it was just, like, they're sitting around, light as a feather, stiff as a board, watching scary movies, and then, like, hey, you know who sucks? Skylar. Let's kill her.
She had to...
Let's not be her friend. Let's just
Well,
off
that's
her.
what I say about people who are married and kill their spouse. I'm like, just fucking divorce them. Why are you... I mean... Okay. Here's the deal. You remember Rachel got cut a deal because she snitched, right? Rachel was eligible for parole in 10 years, which was earlier this year, 2023.
Oh, wow.
Yes. She was denied parole. Eat a bag of
Good.
dicks.
Good.
Good.
Eat a bag of dicks.
She could choke on them at church camp.
She probably was.
Y'all, there's so much information on... Okay, so I watched
I've
season...
never heard this story. That's
Really?
bananas. Yeah.
When you
You noticed it when I
Yeah.
realized what it was. I thought at the
True
beginning
crime
that I
fans
recognized it, but
True crime fans are just like the weirdest people. Like the adrenaline and the
Yeah.
excitement of, oh my God, I know this murder. It's my
Yeah.
favorite.
I know. Yeah. Okay, I watched See No Evil on Discovery Plus, season 1, episode 6. There's a couple websites like Wiki and Murderpedia, theyoungfolks.com, unilad.com. There's I think several books that have been written about this that you can buy on Amazon. I think there's a movie that's been done. Like it's a pretty well-known story. So I have pictures. Okay, let me hold up to the camera here. Let me see which one's mine. Okay. So this is... No, wrong hand. This is Skylar.
I knew that.
Middle, Rachel. And over here is Sheila. And I'll pass and let y'all look.
Can't be trusting them redheads.
I know, right?
Yep, I remember them faces.
Yeah.
And how she's smiling in her mugshot, like she's so proud of herself.
I mean...
But like...
Yeah, I could have dug up some shitty stuff about those two girls at trial and stuff because I don't. Anyway, I didn't do that.
It's just going from like 0 to 2000.
Yeah, no, okay.
Like, I remember being in high school and the worst thing you did was like, all right, we're going to go ahead and 3-way call her and you stay mute. Now I'm going to say some dang stuff. But like, you know, typical mean girl stuff like that. Not, let's stab her.
Yeah. I wonder if they started with that or if they were like...
Right?
Just
Did it lead up to it? Like,
mean, or no?
let's not talk to her. Let's not let her sit with us at lunch. Let's just stab her.
Let's cut her hair the next time we have a sleepover. Okay. Okay, funny stuff. Y'all want some funny laws from other states? I've been doing these in alphabetical order. So we're on Hawaii now.
I know a funny one about Louisiana.
Feel free. Share.
Bear wrestling is illegal. Don't do it.
Okay. I wonder if it's going to be on Louisiana when I get there. I'll have to make a mental note.
No bear wrestling. Don't do it.
That's I was
Oh,
gonna...
you also apparently cannot wrestle alligators.
I feel like
We learned that from the man in Thibodeau.
I feel like there's...
Thibodeau?
Yeah, you saw that.
What?
There was some dude, I hope he was drunk because I'd hate to think he would do this kind of thing sober.
Oh, wait.
Hopped into the bayou and wrestled an alligator
Out of the bayou.
Like, did not kill it.
Like,
but,
threw it on his shoulder.
Yeah. Like,
was walking around.
Like a scarf.
Was it a baby?
It was like a teenager.
It was like a
Okay.
5-footer. It
Okay.
would have killed. It would have killed your small dog.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. We have one of those in the
But
pond
yeah,
out
he
there.
was just pictured walking around with the live gator around his shoulders, one shoe.
Have you heard this story, Chandler? No. One shoe.
One shoe.
One shoe.
The gator
Lost it in the bayou.
Yeah.
The gator
just
fucked the
walking
other one off
around,
of
yeah.
him. Yeah. Okay. Here are some rules or laws that are on the books in Hawaii. All residents may be fined as a result of not owning a boat. I mean, I guess if you live on an island, it's probably good to have a boat.
Necessary.
Yeah. Coins are not allowed to be placed in one's ears.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what caused that for that to be allowed?
I didn't know coins fit in ears.
I don't know. In Honolulu, within the city limits of any public park, it is unlawful to annoy any bird.
You're
There you go,
screwed,
McKenna.
Kenna.
Leave them alone. Leave them alone. They out there governing. Leave them alone.
And
But see,
finally,
I go there. They got chickens running around.
and finally, in Hawaii, it is illegal to get a tattoo behind your ear or on your eyelid unless in the presence of a registered physician.
That's fair. That
Like
is
in
a
case your
fair
eyeball
law.
explodes.
Who the shit is getting tattoos on their eyelid?
Not all.
I did know a guy once that got a tattoo of an alien on his penis. Like, not above it, on it.
You know I said eyelid, right?
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
You know
we're
I said
playing
eyelid,
tattoos.
Wild
mean-
places for them.
I just feel like that's so close to literal blindness.
Mm-hmm.
Or
I
the
assume that's
people
why they
in
need the
prison that
physician there.
literally tattoo their actual eyeballs.
There's that.
What?
That's a thing. You didn't know that?
In prison, people do that.
It's basically just injecting
Ink
the
into your
white.
eyeball.
Okay,
with
Yeah.
Okay, Hawaii was short. We're going to do Idaho too.
Idaho.
I feel like Idaho's got some really good ones.
Iowa? No, Idaho.
Yeah.
Okay.
Idaho.
Boise.
Been there.
Probably something about potatoes.
Residents may not fish from a giraffe's back.
What giraffes
Why?
do you know in Idaho?
Yeah.
What happened?
Did
What
this?
happened?
Who had enough money to bring a giraffe to Idaho?
I don't know.
Because
Sorry, I
just
thought
don't
this was
know.
America.
Idaho, right. He's fishing. Catches a bass. Like to see your fishing from a giraffe license. Please.
Come up here and get it.
So in Idaho Falls, if you're 88 or older, it's illegal for you to ride your motorcycle.
I mean,
Yeah.
they should have took your license away at 70, but that's
Some people, yeah.
Okay, so get this. State law makes it illegal for a man to give his sweetheart a box of candy weighing less than 50 pounds.
Who needs 50 pounds of candy?
Where are you getting
Where are you getting 50
a
pounds
50
of candy?
plus pound?
What
Candy
chocolate
hard.
lobbyist got to the Idaho government?
What?
Joke's
What?
on you, it's all
What
chocolate
very
covered
sad,
potatoes.
sad person
Could you imagine
put
like
this law into effect?
on Valentine's Day, there's cops at every Walgreens,
Right?
Like
Like,
just fucking.
weigh it.
Put it on the
50
scale.
pounds.
Put it on the
Yeah.
scale. 49.5. Back up.
Okay, last and final one. In Idaho, riding a merry-go-round on Sundays is considered a crime.
Again, what happened?
On Jesus'
Right, what did
day?
they do?
What happened? What is going on in Idaho?
They're drunk on potatoes there.
They are.
Ew.
Potatoes do make vodka.
Yep.
All the vodka.
Does it really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Lots of carbs in vodka, I guess. No.
You can
probably
get
not.
gluten free.
Potatoes are gluten-free, right?
Yeah.
Pota-
but
I mean,
Tito's makes it from corn, I think.
oh, okay. Well, that's gluten-free. No, that's not gluten-free. Yeah, corn. They can... People who have
Honestly, I'm fairly certain that like the majority of liquors are gluten free. I think it's funny that people are like slapping gluten free on water and stuff. Now. Like, oh, thank God.
Thing.
Yeah, awesome. Thank y'all so much for doing this.
Thank you for having us. It's always a pleasure
so
to
fun.
be here.
I hope y'all will come back and do it again.
We would love to if
Let
you're
me know
happy to
when.
have us.
Also, Chandler,
Happy birthday, Chandler.
Yes.
Again.
Happy birthday, Chandler.
thank you for camera switching. I appreciate you being here.
Stay away from redheaded girls named Rachel.
Or Rachel's in general.
Yeah.
Or redheads.
Yeah. Shrug shoulders. Shrug shoulders and red hair.
Yeah.
Well.
Okay, if y'all like that story and you want to help support the show, please go to Patreon/grits, Patreon/grits.
And y'all are on Buy Me a Coffee as well, which I
We
did
are.
not know until I sent you that text.
We
And you're like,
are.
we are stupid.
I didn't say stupid. I thought it. I didn't know. No. I think we've had one or two people buy us a coffee, and more people join Patreon. That's why I never talk about Buy Me a Coffee anymore. But we're on there. And also, I want y'all to go to Facebook. Grits with a Side of Murder has a Facebook page that you can like and follow, but we also have a group that you can join, and you can post things in the group. Grits group, family, friends, and fans.
We will join and post the story of the alligator man. In
Oh,
Thibodaux,
that would
so
be
you can see it.
Thibodaux got some crazy stories, ma.
Got the couillons.
The fools.
The tados.
The tattoo.
All right. Anything else before we go?
No, ma'am.
All right. We love y'all. Tell your mom and them to listen, and we're going to let Zydeco Mike take us out.